Hi, I'm Noelle. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for seeing me. My name's Dana.
Absolutely. It's very nice to meet you. Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, not at all.
No? Okay, so I'm going to go over confidentiality real quick. Everything that you say stays in this room, except, of course, if you're going to be a harm to yourself or someone else. The other thing that would have to leave this room and I would have to report is any child or elder abuse. Does that sound okay?
Sure. Yes.
Wonderful. So can you tell me a little bit about, you, yourself, and your life and kind of where you're at this point?
Well, just to put it in a nutshell, I have a great support group, great group of girlfriends that I see weekly. We go out and have drinks together. I'm not married. I'm single. Do not have any children. I do teach school. And other than that, that's kind of what I do. Spend a lot of time with my friends, my girlfriends.
Wonderful. It sounds like you have a great support system and things are kind of going well.
I feel I do. I feel very fortunate.
Wonderful. So can you tell me a little bit about why you came in today?
My girlfriends kind of pushed me to come talk to somebody. They feel like I'm not being myself. Things aren't adding up. So because of their suggestion, I'm really here.
Yeah. Are you seeing the changes that they see as well?
I feel somewhat, yes. I'm not as social anymore. I really don't want to go out and do as much as I used to do, even if it's amongst my girlfriends. I have some fears that I've never had before. It's really hard to even go to work sometimes and focus. I feel like I feel a disconnect somewhere, and I don't know when it happened.
Wow, it sounds like there have been some pretty big changes in your life recently then, huh?
Yes, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm telling you, yeah.
Yeah. Can you identify when these changes started happening?
It seems like they've been getting worse and worse, but just one night, nightmares and just sleeplessness and waking up in a panic and things like that. And I can't put my finger on why exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there must be, something that contributed to these changes.
Right, and when I go out, I have 2 drinks, so I'm not really a heavy drinker. So I'm not sure why this is happening to me.
Okay.
The anxiety and, the worriedness and, having a hard time leaving my house for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why I have that fear.
Interesting. Have you found that are you still going out with your friends, or why does that kind of look like?
Not so much. I mean, they call and they're persistent about it, but I have every excuse in the world not to go now. And I don't know why, because I used to have a wonderful time with them. So something's holding me back, and it can't really break through the reason. Okay.
Can you pinpoint maybe an event or something recently that might have triggered these feelings for you?
My girlfriend said one evening we were out, and I just had my 2 drinks, and then they said I was hanging out with some gentleman. I have no recollection of it.
Wow. Okay.
And then they were kind of concerned and watching it, and then I guess we were walking together outside, and everything goes blur. Everything just is. I can't remember anything after that. I don't remember the guy they're talking about.
Wow, that must be pretty scary.
Yeah. So I thought they were just kind of joking around with me, because I'm pretty conservative when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay.
But then after this, everything started to kind of unravel. My life feels like it's kind of unraveling. I don't feel like I don't have, I don't feel organized anymore. I feel scattered.
Wow.
So something's happened, and I can't really figure it out.
So your friend said that you may have left with a man, and you say you don't really remember anything from that night. Can you tell me anything about the next morning? Do you remember anything from that next morning?
I guess the next morning I woke up, and horrifyingly enough, I didn't have my underwear on.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it sounds terrible, and it sounds embarrassing
Absolutely.
and ashamed. I'm very ashamed by it because I figure I'm in control of my choices.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I don't remember my choices.
Right.
Which, and people talk about, date rapes, things like that. But I was with my girlfriends the whole night. So I can't even imagine something like that happening. So I don't know if I'm living this double life that I just all of a sudden changed and I do this. I don't know.
Right. So do you feel like a date rape drug may be the cause of some of this? Do you think that could have happened to you?
Well, the more I look into that, and the more I kind of been watching different talk shows and things like that, or just kind of on the internet finding out more about it, because I've been kind of trying to do my own research to try to figure out what might have happened to me.
Okay.
So I had some, answers, and it's a possibility. I just don't know when it would happen. I don't even remember if I got up to use the bathroom, and if we do, we all watch over each other's drinks. It's just, we're just like that.
Yeah.
So, evidently, something happened, I think, that evening, because ever since that evening, according to my friends, nothing's been right since.
Okay. And you kind of feel that too? Something's
I
off?
feel that too. At first I was, wasn't ready to deal with it. Thought things would just go away.
Mm-hmm.
But my life is not getting back on track. And so I'm a little concerned by that, because it's now been, a while.
Yeah. It sounds like there's been some major changes that are a little bit out of character for you. Does that sound correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you ultimately like to get out of our time together? Like, what do you see me helping you with or supporting you through?
Just maybe trying to put the pieces together to see if that happened and how people do deal with it when they feel they've been, vandalized.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the same as somebody coming into your house and vandalizing it. I feel like I was taken advantage of and I had no recollection of it. So I don't know. I feel really icky inside.
Yeah.
And I don't know who this person is. If I'm even going to see him again, and he knows who I am, but I don't know who he is. Okay. So I think that might be my fear too of leaving the house.
Absolutely.
You don't know who was responsible for this.
Yeah, and you said you haven't returned to the bar since then?
No.
No, okay.
And I would like to get my life back.
Absolutely.
Because
definitely.
I don't want to turn into one of those recluses that just stay in their house and have...
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I don't know what you do for people that have maybe gone through a rape or something like this.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like you really are focused more on moving forward rather than what actually has happened.
Right, because I don't think I can ever, at the point of trying to figure out who the person might have been and this and that, I'd rather forget it. I think I want to just forget it. But I want to work on myself. So instead of just, hiding it or hiding under it and then it come out some other time in your life later, when you maybe decide you want to get married or have a family and this takes over your life.
Right, absolutely.
So instead of focusing on who the person might have been and where is he, this and that, I want to focus on myself to get healthy. So, get my courage back and things like that.
Absolutely. Confidence. You said you would want to get healthy. Can you tell me what healthy for you would look like?
Waking up in the morning and looking forward to the day, because right now I don't.
Okay.
I have a lot of anxiety. I don't want to get out of bed. I love my job. I don't want to go to my job. So I feel like,
Yeah, like a little piece of you is kind of missing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So tell me, if you woke up tomorrow and everything was back to normal, what would that look like for you? If the problem was just gone completely?
I live each day to its fullest because I've lost people in my family. So I really try to take advantage of every minute of the day. Like I said, my girlfriends are like gold to me. So that's really important to really spend time with them. My kids at school, I give them 100%, and I can't do that. And it's just, I really love living life.
Yeah.
And even though I'm single without children and I'm, you know, a middle-aged woman, I still feel like I've got a very full life.
Wonderful. That's great to hear. So. Okay. So right now, where do you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of with how full your life is? If 10 being you're living every day to the fullest, 1 you're doing absolutely
at
nothing.
This point,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a 4.
A 4? Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you feel like you normally sit on the 1 to 10?
Maybe a 9.
A 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you think are some steps that we could take together in kind of like a collaborative sort of thing?
I don't know. I've heard a lot about biofeedback and stuff like that. I've never done it, but a lot because I don't want to go on medication by any means for this one situation.
Right.
You know, so I really like to rule out any antidepressants or anything like that.
Okay.
Unless I can't rise above this and you feel like I need something to stabilize my...
Absolutely.
But the biofeedback and just kind of breaking through all that stuff. I'm not the counselor. You are. You got to tell me how to do it.
Absolutely. Well, I want this to kind of be a collaborative sort of thing where we work on it together and see if we can help you take the steps to break through. I definitely don't want to have to put you on medication. It sounds like this is a very isolated incident that may have happened and that it's just kind of taking a toll on you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I think it sounds like you are really happy with life and how things are going, except for this.
Yeah.
So medication, I definitely would agree with you that I don't think it's something we need to look at right now. I would say maybe we should set some goals of some things that we would like to accomplish in these sessions. It sounds like you really want to get kind of back to the state of wellness, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about, I know you said your girlfriends are very strong support. Can you tell me in the past if, you know, how your girlfriends have supported you through maybe similar situations where you felt like...
When I lost my mom.
Okay.
They were there. They all rallied around me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a tough thing. She died of a heart problem that was misdiagnosed. So it was really quick. And they really just came around and just, you know, didn't say, oh, I know what you're going through, because they hadn't lost their moms. But they just knew just to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not, I'm going to start crying here. There's no words to say to somebody.
Right.
But just to have people there that care.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's important. But
do you feel that they're doing that with you right now?
I really do. I think they're trying to get closer than I'm allowing them. Because, like I said, I was ashamed by this. And I've always been in control of myself. And obviously I wasn't in control. Something else was in control of the pill, whatever was in my drink.
Right.
So... you know, for them to want to talk to me and stuff like that, I think I shut them out a little bit.
Okay.
But I do want to make that up to them and know that they were only there to help rather than, you know, criticize or whatever. And look what happened to you. You know, you need to be more careful or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't doing that at all.
Yeah, and it sounds like you are kind of letting them in by coming here today. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to admit that there's something going on and that things have changed. So I would like to commend you for coming in today and actually following.
I feel much better just talking to somebody because it is
absolutely.
It's hard to talk about it, you know.
It is. It's definitely one of those subjects that can be a little difficult, and I can't imagine, you know, the things you must be experiencing. But if you're open to it, I would kind of like to give you a little bit of homework.
Okay.
I have 2 kind of thoughts in mind. Maybe we can talk about them both. The first one would be kind of tracking the things that are triggering these deeper feelings for you. Mm-hmm. So, you know, throughout your day, say you walk past a bar and you feel yourself start to get more anxious. It'd be great if you could write that down and maybe think of a thought to use. You know, maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, someone's going to come out of that bar and the same thing's going to happen again. So it'd be great to see you maybe think of another thought, something maybe more positive. So instead of thinking someone's going to come attack you, like maybe you could think, of a positive memory, right?
Right.
And I also would like to see if you are open to maybe trying to reach out to your friends a little bit more. It sounds like they're a very positive force in your life. And I think it might be a little helpful to have them kind of, you said they rallied around you with your mom. And it sounds like they're doing that a little bit now. But you're pushing them away. Is that correct? That's correct.
Yeah. But I think just after this session, I'm feeling like, they're there for support rather than,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like they were pretty concerned to have you come talk to someone.
They were. So.
Okay. So maybe let's plan to meet again next week. Does that sound doable?
Sounds great.
And then between now and next week, you can work on kind of changing some of those thoughts you find yourself having. You might be successful every time you try to do it. You might not be successful at all. But I think the important part is really tracking what you're feeling is triggering you. At home, out in the community, whatever you're feeling, and just really keeping track of how you're feeling. And if you're having a really good day, those are definitely things that we want to track too. And I would encourage you to reach out to your friends.
Okay.
And maybe try to, I can understand why you wouldn't want to go back to the bar with them, but maybe you guys could do something at home.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be important for you guys to kind of come back together.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for coming in today,
So good
Dana.
to meet
It was so
you.
good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye.